Welcome back. We'll start with NCERT class 7, the 5th chapter that talks about women change the world. Now in the last chapter we have talked about how there were differences in the upbringing of a boy and a girl. In this chapter we will talk about how various women movements were launched and how they played a crucial role in bringing women at par into the various fields of work. Now when we talk about jobs related to women, it's mainly as farmer, teacher, scientist and pilot. Now still there is certain kind of stereotype that exists that certain jobs, let's say engineering, is restricted to boys because the mental faculty or the mathematical faculty is more developed for maths in case of boys as compared to girls. So those are the kind of stereotype that exist, and these stereotypes link the kind of role that a woman plays in a society. So when it comes to say picking up a career, a boy is forced to pick up a science career, science as a subject. However, a girl can go for either arts or sciences based on their ideas or based on their interest. But there are kind of challenges that a person has to face once he goes into the stream. So there are kind of stereotypes that exist with the studies, with the career and so on with every pursuit that they take place for their higher studies. However, let's say if a boy cries at an early age, it is considered or a boy is told not to cry at an early age. So that's again a kind of stereotype that exists. So when we talk about these kind of stereotypes, we say science should be a subject for boys. But however, when it comes to UPSC, they switch on to arts. So jokes apart, we have various kinds of issues that are being raised in the past, and those have laid the way forward for the future development. So in the past, most of the children, be it boy or girl, were taught at home. There were no formal schooling that existed. Most of the children learned work within the family or with the family. So the household course was very important in learning the various kind of day-to-day activities. So for example, women were not classically potters. They did not use to make pots. However, they were the ones who collected the mud and prepared the earth for the pots. So there were kind of roles that were defined for both the genders. Later on, various learnings emerged, education emerged, and there was a kind of revolution that led forward to bringing about education for both boys and girls. If we look on to the 1960 data in India, there were around 40% literacy for males, and this literacy for females was merely 15% at that time. However, if we look on to 2001 data, you have boys with 76% literacy and girls with 54% literacy. That means the literacy in both the aspects have increased. However, the gap has been reduced between the male literacy and the female literacy. So previously there was a very high gap between the male and female literacy, and this gap is being reduced over time. Now, how have these efforts come into existence? Now there were various scholars who played a crucial role in enlightenment of women education. Some of the examples that we would be considering today are Ramabai. She was also known as Pandita. Now she never went to school. She did not ever studied one of the common courses that exist in the school. However, she was able to read and write Sanskrit on her own. As a result, she started a mission in Khedgaon near Pune in 1898, and at this place she motivated various women, specifically those hailing from the poor sections of the society, to become literate and to become independent. So working in kind of printing presses, working in for carpentry jobs, those were the activities she promoted under her mission. So this was one of the examples. The next was Raj Sundari Devi from West Bengal. Now this is a very classic example. She was at that time girls were not allowed to read. So she was not allowed to read. She could not read in front of her husband even. As a result, her son was reading, and there was one of the novels in their home which was known as Chaitanya Bhagvat, which talked about the life of a saint. So what she used to do was she secretly used to take out pages from that and then started to read and understand on her own. As a result, she was able to read and understand Bangla, and finally she wrote an autobiography. An autobiography is a book where you write about yourself in Bangla, which was known as Amar Jiban, and this was the first autobiography that was written by an Indian woman. So that was a very, very unique initiative at that time. And since she was a housewife, she had no ambit to study beyond what was allowed in the household, and that time there were statements like it could bring bad luck to your family, to your husband if you read. So most of the females were not allowed to read during that time. Next similar example was Rokeya Shakhawat Hossain. She again belonged to a very rich family, a family which owned a lot of land. She was able to read and write Urdu, but was not able to read and write Bangla and English. However, later on, with help of her elder brother and sister, she was able to read and write and comprehend, and finally she wrote a story which was known as Sultana's Dream in 1905, and this is again unique because in this story she talked about the concept of lady land, and that lady land was a land where every female had the right to do whatever kind of works they want to do. They had full liberty to study, full liberty to work, and to work on various inventions. In 1910, she later started a school for girls in Kolkata. So these were some of the path-breaking examples for bringing around women into literacy. Now, as you can see the graph here, what we talked about just now, you have the various data that is given, and as you can see, the male and the female literacy, the gap has declined over the years, and there has been a steep rise in the female literacy. So these are the two major findings that we are able to conclude from this. Now when girls are sent to school, there is again an important issue that girls leave school at an early age. Usually it's 4 years for a girl to be in school, but even in case of Muslim girls, it decreases to 3 years. Now there are various issues like lack of proper schools, lack of teachers, lack of transportation facility. Sometimes the family is unable to bear the cost of education, so they ask the girl child not to go to the school, and sometimes due to discrimination they are not sent to school. So these are some of the issues that we need to address. Based on this, there were various women movements that were launched. Most of them dealt with the health sector, legal reforms and violence. Now all these women's efforts were either individual efforts or collective efforts. This talked about diversity, passion and efforts that need to be brought about, mainly for the spread of awareness. Now this awareness was spread by various street plays, the Nukkad Natak what we say. Then you have the songs and the public meetings. Then the idea was to fight against any kind of discrimination that exists in the society. This could be in the form of protesting, raising the voice against the violence or the violation of law, then having various demonstrations and public rallies. The idea was to seek justice and bring them at par in the various jobs and education. As a result, there were various laws that were released and legal protections were sought. There were various laws which talked about dowry deaths in 1980. Satya Rani was one of the active leaders for the same, and then there were various laws that came around with dowry. Similarly, 8th March has been declared as the International Women Day. So these are some of the major developments that we have seen which brought about women at par with the mainstream. It broke the kind of glass ceiling effect that existed in the society, and all the main work was having both genders at equal play. So these were some of the major things that we have discussed in this chapter. We will be talking about the next chapter, which mainly deals with media and advertising. Have a good day ahead.